Hey guys, just doing a quick audio check. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me okay? Alrighty, we'll go ahead and get started. It's just going to be a quick weekly update on a lot of the mods that we've been working on. Got a few things to show off in the video this week. Lots of extra stuff still in the works that I'll kind of give you guys a little glimpse of. We're just going to show off the trailer that we've got coming out here shortly. Just something fun for role-playing that you guys might like. We've also got the new rock crawler. It'll be coming out real soon, probably within the next week or so. Just have a few more tweaks we need to make on the suspension. Well, not necessarily the suspension, but the handling. I've got it dialed in pretty good. It'll crawl over just about anything right now, but there are some. I'm thinking we may need a few more gears on it. It's just trying to balance it just right so it's more realistic and doesn't kind of go flying all over the place. But we'll go ahead and get started. Let's cut over to the scene here. And I've got a couple helpers in the server today just playing around. And we'll walk around and show you guys what we got going on. And of course, you guys have seen the new 2020 F250 that we got. This thing turned out pretty good. I know it is only a single cab and everybody wants the bigger one, so God's gift has been helping me with some of these pieces that we've got for this truck. So I'm going to be getting the, I think he just came out with the dually version of it, so I'll probably get the quad cab normal version and then probably a couple of custom versions of it later on down the road. So as we go over here, we got the new the tanker trailer that we converted. Added some updated textures to it to make it look a little bit better in the game. The trailer's also got some functions that we really haven't seen in any trailers in the game yet. I've been trying to give you guys a lot more of the trailers that have just a little bit more functionality so you can actually do a little more role playing with them and stuff. So figure a tanker trailer is a good place to start since we haven't seen a good one yet. Got a couple of guys out here helping me today. I've gotten the Peterbilt, the 379. I've cleaned this one up a lot. We do have a couple of other versions of this coming along. We've recently had a full-size wrecker version of this one that we've got already released out to a couple individuals. So we'll see how that one comes out in the videos here shortly for a couple other streamers that are out there. And before too long, we'll have some rendition of this in a wrecker for public release. So I just wanted to, if we could get the, Alright, I've got room to get back there and hook it up. So I'll go ahead and hook the trailer up, and we'll just kind of take it down to the gas station and do a fill up like you guys would normally be doing. Oh, and welcome to the stream, everybody that's watching. I know it's been a long time since I've done one of these, so things have just been hectic, and we're getting back to where we can start releasing these on a regular schedule. I'm planning on doing like one release a week, just kind of showing off what I've been working on and things like that, and we'll go from there. If we get to maybe doing some more role-playing stuff, that we might utilize our server for a little bit more than what we've been using it for, but we'll see. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this one over here, and we'll get hooked up. And I hope you guys enjoy the stream. I know we've been gone for a while, so should be able to get back to doing these a little more regular than we have been. It's a tight fit back here between this gate. There we go. All the functions on the trailer work. It blows up like the normal tanker trailer does. Collisions are good on it, so we'll still need to tweak the handling just a little bit on it. It's not exactly where I want it, but it's getting close. So let's go ahead and get everybody loaded up. We'll head out to the gas stations and get going. Try to keep it as real as possible. Got a lot more of the utility mods in the works. I've got a lot more construction mods that we've got coming out. Last time I counted, I think I've got somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 30 extra models of the construction equipment that we're going to be coming out with. A lot more of the large heavy equipment and things like that, so we'll have a lot more hauling videos to show off all of that stuff coming soon. Slowly getting everything in the server, so it's a lot easier for me to do the videos and kind of give you guys an idea of what's going on, all the new stuff. So traffic. It's no different in a video game, apparently. And then we're just going to stop. Good job. Alright. So now we're moving. And this truck's turned out pretty nice. It has all the working gauges and everything in it. And just cleaned up a lot of the textures on it. Fixed a lot of the bugs it had in it. And this is just kind of the stock version. I've got a full-on custom version that we have in the works. This one I've kind of changed the wheels out to the more heavy-duty wheels than the stock, just Alcoa type wheels. I think I've got fenders on this one as well. I just don't have them turned on at the moment. I'll have to check it out and see in a second once we get down here. Alrighty. Let's take this bad boy on around. Not sure why everybody's stopping. Alright. And this is, like I said, the trailer's kind of unique now. I've added an extra to it so we can actually look like we're doing station fill-ups once we get into these locations. Most of the stations seem to have the markings on the ground for the tank fill-ups, so they should be pretty accurate. I mean, they're not going to be perfect. A lot of the ground at some of the gas stations isn't flat enough so it looks, exactly right, but it's pretty close. So we'll just go ahead, and these guys can head on to the stations that they need to go to, and we'll just go ahead and pull this up here and get this trailer going on. Righty. And of course, unfortunately, I couldn't find a seat that would work just right, so like most of the trailers, you kind of just get what you get. So this thing's turned out pretty good. It's real shiny. So, like any other gas station, fill-up truck, you have all the hoses that you can pull down and hook up. So we can kind of get in the truck and pull up our settings and turn on our extra. and you have your full-blown gas station fill up now. So like you have your lines going into the ground to do your fill-ups, so you guys can do regular role-playing and stuff like you're doing your hauling and stuff, just something extra to do for your videos. And that's pretty much it for the trailer. Like I said, this one will probably be out. Just need to do a couple of more tweaks on the handling, and it's kind of a little top heavy at the moment, but it works. And we'll probably have this one out sometime this week. I don't really see anything else holding it down, keeping it from coming out. So this will be something fun for you guys to add to your servers and role play with. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and load back up, and we'll head back to the shop, and we'll show off the rock crawler and some of its features. And once we get that done, I'll kind of go through some ZMod stuff and show you guys some of the vehicles I've got in the works, and see what you guys think. All right, let's head on back. Uh-oh. Alright, we all hooked up now? Alright. Alrighty. Do something real fast. That was weird. Alright. Whoop. Sorry. Alright. Give me 1 second here, hold on. There we go. When I reset the vehicle, it kind of glitched into the ground a little bit. Alright. He's taking the shortcut, but we're going to go on around the normal way. Oop. Alright, we drag racing. Alrighty. Hopefully that don't blow up. This would be a good time to have a wrecker right here. Oof. All kinds of bad stuff happening. Alright, let's get on to the shop. Right. And let me, while I'm driving it, let's, well, I'll check it out when we get to the shop. I don't want to mess anything up, so I just want to see. I'm pretty sure we added fenders and stuff to this, but we'll check it out when we get there. I still have a little bit more to do to this one. I gotta add the lights back to the back of it and everything. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, this is going to be a normal weekly stream that we get going on, just kind of showing off a lot of the mods that we've been working on throughout the week. Just kind of do like a weekly roundup of everything that we've got, finished out. And I believe I mentioned this in a video a while back. If you guys have any recommendations of things you would like to see, as far as mods converted, built, things like that, then just mention it in the stream. We'll see what we can get going on. Kind of always looking for something new and interesting to build out. So, but this one turned out pretty nice. I'll be doing, like I said, a lot more trailers. I know you guys seem to enjoy the trailers a lot, so try to get a bunch of those going on. Try to add as much functionality to them as we can, and see what we can do. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and jump it ahead a little bit on the time here, just to kind of make it a little easier to see everything. I'll take a once over the truck. Let me check this out and see. I'm pretty sure we added the fenders to it, but let's look and see. As far as a list of all the models I've got, Nothing in particular. I've never really sat down and tried to make. I mean, there's so many. I've never tried to sit down and make a list. As far as trucks go, just about any year, make, model you can think of, I've got some version of it. And like I said, I can always kind of do a show off of things I've got and see what we can get made. Maybe I know I've done some sessions in the past where I've actually done the building on live stream. Those can get kind of lengthy, so let's see what we got here. Nope, I don't have any of them on this one. It don't look like. So the custom version I've got, I can kind of show that off in the ZMod stuff when I get to that. Hey, I haven't been doing anything bad. You watch out. Ugh, really? Alright. So now let's take a look at the crawler. This one's been, not sure why it's in here backwards, but we can kind of get this out of the garage and kind of see what we, like I said, this one's kind of geared extremely low because I've tried to make it as realistic as possible. As you can see, it's got all the real suspension and everything on it, the Fox shocks all the way around. Put the Dynatrack axles on it. Kind of went with a different texture on the tires, kind of made them look a little bit more realistic, and they're not kind of ashy like they were before, so they're a little more, you know, they look more real. Got the Jeep front on it. Of course, it could be anything. I just threw the Jeep front on it because I had it laying around. The motor's not the best in the world. It's kind of low poly, but I've got a 350 and a couple other engines choices I might go with. I've had people suggest, though, in the hey guys, what's going on? I had a couple of people suggest putting the diesel engine in here, the Cummins, so I may stick the 12 valve in here and see what it looks like. It might look pretty cool with all the smoke coming out the top. But like I said, got the shocks, got the the bump stops all the way around on it. I've tried to make it as realistic as possible. It's not perfect, but I think everybody will enjoy it pretty well. It's got the gauges and everything in it. I set up the lights on it, so you've got the halos on the headlights. So if so let's go ahead and make it dark real quick and kind of show off the lighting that we've done. Got the halo lights that you can see there. I've kind of positioned the neon lights so that they look like the rock lights. Let's go ahead and turn those on. Neon lights. There you go. So see, they light up kind of where the wheels are. It's too much bright light around here right now, so it's kind of hard to see. But this thing's the suspension does really good on it. We've kind of, like I said, I've been working on the handling a lot to try to get it as realistic as possible. This probably isn't the best place to really show it off, but stuff blowing up everywhere. Not the best place to show it off, but we can go up here and take a look on the hill and just kind of see what it does. But I've taken it all the way up Chiliad. It'll literally climb straight up the side of it with no problem. It sticks to probably 90% of the rocks with no issues. Let's see what we can get here. But yeah, the suspension's dialed in really good. It all looks semi-realistic. As good as you can get in the game as you're crawling around. But let's go ahead and flip it back to daytime so you guys can see it a little bit better. Alright, can we cut the siren? Let's see, it'll just rip right up the mountains. Woo. Sometimes it grips a little too much, but for the most part, it does pretty good. I mean, it'll shoot right up this pretty much almost straight inclines. But we'll tweak the handling a little bit more before we release it. But this has kind of just been one I've been working on the side, just trying to get it as close to real as possible. But that should do it for the crawler. I mean, as you can see, it's looking pretty good. May end up changing the wheels out. Not 100% sold on these, but I've just been kind of piecing it together. So far, this thing's been, I think I've got parts from probably 8 different models so far to make this one, and it's coming along pretty good. So that's that. As you guys can see, it's looking pretty good. I'll switch over to ZMod now and kind of just show off some of the stuff I've got going on. Let me close this. I don't want to show anything just yet. Yeah, it's four-wheel steer, four-wheel drive. I've tried to balance it. The handling is close as real as you can possibly get in the game. It's still not 100%, but I think some people will like it. Some people will find it annoying. I may include a couple of different handling files with it just to kind of make sure everybody's happy. The one now, like I said, is it may be too realistic for a lot of people, but it's I kind of like it. I try to make the stuff as real as possible. So, let's see what we got. One of the ones I've actually been working off is a new U-Haul vehicle. So I've actually got one of the I think it's the '80s van fronts that I've been working on. Still working on texturing this one up to get it where it needs to be, but this will probably be one that I'll release, probably within the next month. But it's just been a kind of a side project that I've been throwing together. What else do we got? One of the big requests that I've had is the I think it's like the 16, 17, 18 Denali HD. I've seen a lot of people. I've seen several versions of that one, but the polys are just way too high on most of the ones that I've seen, and where they've been optimized, they didn't really look the best that they could look from that model that they came from. So I've kind of been rebuilding that one from ground up, just kind of redoing everything on it. I've got a couple of new sets of wheels that I'm going to be coming out with on that. I got a few more in the works. The new one, like I said, this is one that's kind of just been a pet project. It's not one that any particular person's really requested, but just seeing some of the YouTube videos of the real ones out there, I thought they looked kind of interesting. So I've been working on a welding rig. It's coming along pretty nice. This may not be set up right, but we'll see what it looks like. I'm doing the 3D switches and everything on the welder itself, so I've been doing a lot of cleanup on all that. Get to download the F550 U-Haul. I thought I remembered seeing a U-Haul a while back, but I didn't remember what year model truck was on the front of that one. Was it a more modern, like the 2010 version, or what was it? I can't remember what it was myself. I thought I'd remembered seeing one posted on there, and then it disappeared. And when I got back around to looking at it, I didn't get to see it, so I'm not sure. I don't remember downloading it when it came out. But this is the Denali. Let me go down here and turn this off. I need to turn these wheels off real quick. These are not the ones I'm using. Well, at least not on this version. Here we go. As you guys can see, we got my buddy Doc Holiday that was in the server there. He's been helping me out with the grill. Got the custom Denali grill that he's came up with. He does really good work with the 3D lettering and stuff, so I've been letting him take over on that. Let's see. The wheels, another buddy, he does the custom 3D wheels. He whipped these up for me the other night for helping him out with some work on the side. So there'll be lots of additional sets of wheels coming out here shortly. But this one, let me turn everything on. we go. And this is kind of stock suspension. I've got a new cross member and everything in the works for this one. I'm going to do the FTS suspension on this one when it's finished. But she's looking pretty good. Got the, like I said, the custom grill coming there, and when I get done with it, it'll have the full engine in it and everything. I've actually got the 6.6 Duramax that we'll be putting in it. The suspension's going to get redone again. This is kind of the suspension that I've carried over from the like the 15 model Silverado that I've done. Like I said, I'm going to switch this over to the FTS cross member and everything. Like I said, I've seen a few videos on YouTube that I think it was Salinas videos. I think he does a lot of them, and they've got several of these on there. So I'm trying to get it as close as possible to one of those, and then most likely this one will be a public release. I haven't really decided yet, but we got the welder, we got the custom switches and everything going on it, so it looks really custom. So this one should be nice. I've got like I said, I've redone all the poly work on this model, got it down as low as I could possibly get it. I think it's down to like 175 to 225 poly for the whole truck, minus the interior. So I've got the full-blown interior from my other truck, but I'll be moving over to this one. Yeah, Salinas, he does really good videos on there. Really good inspirational videos if you're out there building stuff and you just need to kind of see a lot of the stuff. But we've got the bagged rear end that we brought over to have the rear end bagged on it. Yeah, it probably will. I mean, I've already had people want to buy it, but you know, usually I try to save a lot of these for public releases, but it just depends on how much people persuade me. But there'll be some version of it. If not this exact layout, there'll be something similar probably on a public release. But that's this one. Some other stuff. Like I said, the construction equipment, I've got tons of that. I got like 30 models of those things. That one was I think that's the 17 or 18 Denali HD, I believe. I've got several good pieces of equipment coming out. So I've got the loader I've been working on, and it'll have the interior and everything in it when I get it out. I know there's one on FiveMods, but it doesn't work, so it's kind of cheesy that it's stuck up in the air all the time. So this one I have the fully working front end on it and everything, so you'll be able to role play really good with it. What else do we got? We got the rock crawler. I've got an excursion that I'm playing with, and I'm actually working on. I've got. Yeah, I can show you a little bit more detail on the. Say I've got several different renditions of this one I keep playing with, just trying to come up with something to see what I want. I know somebody already put the stock version out at some point, not too long ago, but I'm actually going to be doing the F350 of this year model. So I've already started cutting the body down and everything to get this clean front end and everything onto that truck. So that one will be sooner than later. What else do we got? The 2020 Ram, God's Gift, has got this model. So I'm going to be cleaning this one up, getting the new Ram coming out. So I'll have this all cleaned up and redone. Most likely I'm just going to reuse, because this one reuses a lot of that stock Forza interior, so I'm probably just going to use this to clean up and do the stock version of the Ram that I had come out, the bagged one a while back. So probably just going to switch over to this new front end and maybe do a bagged version of this when it comes out. But this one's looking pretty good. I know he's going to have a few versions of this one coming out as well. The Ranger, I can kind of show you some of the stuff that I had going on it. Let's see. I can't show off that one yet. Where was it? Let's see. And this one was one I was working on, and it's like 90% done. I've just got some cleanup that I want to do to it. But I can kind of show you some of the detail work that I put into this one. It's got like I said, the full-blown stereo system in it. It's going to have all the amps and everything when I get done with it. As extras. You can turn them off if you don't like them and whatnot. But I've just been doing a lot of cleanup on this model. Putting the real radio in it. Got the Pioneer in there. Got to do a lot of cleanup on the interior and the textures. The underbody, I've gotten the motor, the full-blown 3D motor. I've got the airbag suspension set up in it, so it's all legit. Got all that in there. The back obviously tilts if you've seen my other video. Let's see, turn that off so you can see the rear end. If I can find it, there we go. So you can see all the cantilever bags set up on the rear end and everything that we've got going on back here. It's literally full-blown whole chassis underneath it that I've done. So I'll be cleaning this up some more, and it'll probably be out before too long. I'm sure a lot of people won't care for it, but it is what it is. I like the things I do. I do the things I do for fun, and just vehicles that I like in real life. So that's that one. And I can do bagged versions. I've got millions of them that I could do now that I've got the frame and the suspension and everything done. We can go crazy with it. Yeah, that 2020 turned out nice. It looked really good. The single cab turned out good. I appreciate God's gift getting me the cab corners for that one. That was a lot of cleanup work to get all that remolded in on the back of that truck and get that set up. And like I said, I'll be doing some more of these streams where you guys can watch what I do. And it's usually the reason I don't do it is because it's I kind of get in the zone and I'm working on whatever I'm working on and constantly talking at the same time. It feels like I don't ever get anything done. I'm sure anybody that does this stuff knows exactly what I'm talking about. You kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like painting or something like that. You just don't want to be disturbed while you're doing it. But I don't mind people watching me. I don't mind teaching people stuff. Anybody can hit me up on Discord whenever you want to, and I'll help you out with whatever you need helped out with. But yeah, the S10, I've seen that model floating around. I know a couple of people that have it, and I've been wanting to do one for a while. Also, that 93 model Blazer, I'd love to do that one bagged as well. I've seen that one floating around. So, I mean, there's obviously more models than time for a lot of this stuff. I mean, I've got family I deal with every day and then full-time work every day, so I just do this as my hobby to pass time, and just it's a good outlet, good creative outlet to make stuff and stuff that's not feasible to pay for and deal with in real life. You can get in here and kind of go crazy and make things as elaborate as you want. It's just a good outlet. Several other trucks. I mean, I've got my cat eye that I've done. I did for a customer a while back. I've been meaning to clean it up a little bit more and release it to the public. Just kind of a stock version, or maybe not even a stock version. Maybe do the full-blown custom version. But it's a super clean model. See if I can find it real quick. Here we go. So this is kind of one I've done for a customer in the past. It's got the high poly body and everything. Well, not high poly, but it was the high poly body, and I've brought it down and got everything cleaned up on it and reused that same suspension setup. But like I said, I'm working on the FTS suspension to kind of replace a lot of this. I'll probably utilize a lot of the control arms and stuff, but I really want to do the just kind of a new look. But this one turned out really nice. It's a really good looking model in the game. I've been meaning to do a bag version of this as well. I've seen the mobile cranes, and I've been wanting to do one. I know there's a there's like some kind of open source script package out there to make models move. And I've been wanting to play with that on some of my excavators and stuff like that. I know they used it on the that fire truck that's out there. on FiveMods as the movable outriggers and the boom and everything works on it like it's supposed to. So I've been meaning to try that out and see if we can get maybe the excavator working a little bit more realistically instead of just kind of static movements. So something else to play with when I get to it. But what else do we got? Anything cool? All kinds of stuff. I mean, it just goes and goes and goes and goes. Things that I've been working on. Like I said, I will have a full-blown wrecker for a public release before too long. I think I'm going to do the wrecker for the 2020 and just use that as a the front end since I've already got it in a single cab. Maybe a like a recovery vehicle for vehicle recovery and stuff like that. So I've got the ELS stuff down now. I did the full-blown ELS setup on the wrecker that I did for one of the other YouTubers. And you guys will probably see that out before too long. I think he's got a stream coming up not too long that's going to have it. But it'll have the full ELS setup and everything on it when I come out with it. I'm sure you guys saw, Elanip, I think that's how you pronounce his name, his new Super Snake that I did the other day. I think he released the video this morning for it, but I've got it kind of cleaned up and lifted and went crazy on it. Gave it the LED headlights that change colors and everything. His truck turned out really good. I did the embossed headrest logos and everything on it, so you can kind of see his YouTube logo. And got it cleaned up really good. So, like I said, I'm getting kind of bored with this suspension setup, but it's the only really good looking independent front suspension setup that we've got out there right now. So I'm going to work on that other one and get it cleaned up. Start doing some new releases with it, but they're all looking pretty good. Yeah, he's got a full episode on it already out there, so you guys can go check it out. Once the other guy releases the wrecker, I'll be able to show you guys off some of the stuff on that and what's going to be in the public release of that one when we get to it. Peterbilts, I've got some more semis coming. I've got tons of these that I'll be working on. And doing a lot more releases on those. The semis, the trailers, the construction equipment. I know I've had a lot of requests for the some of the razors, the little UTV vehicles. So I'm probably going to have some of those coming out before too long. I've got several models of them. Let me see. I've got one that I've already got all the textures on and cleaned up. So I was going to do a lot of custom stuff to it before I put it out, do the full lift on it and all that stuff. So it'll be pretty sweet when I get done with it. It's low poly, so I have a lot of room to do custom parts and things like that on this one. What else do we got? I did this one for another YouTuber. Well, I think he's a YouTuber. It was another customer build that we did the other day. This was the 15 model that I was talking about. I've done this one for a few people. This one turned out really good. It was a full blacked out edition. We blacked everything out on it, so when you tint the lights and everything, it just looks completely black. The heaviest of the heavy equipment, I can show you some of those. I've got several of them already textured up, ready to go. I just got to sit down and do it. Let's see what we got here. There's the new excavator that I got. So it's full 3D, low poly. So it'll have all the good interior and everything in it. And like I said, once I play with that scripting mod to see if we can get this stuff animated a little bit better, I think it'll look really cool to be able to use these in the game and have them actually function like they were designed to function. What else do we got? Cat. I've got the little backhoe. I've got it going. So we'll have, this is kind of why I came out with it. Hey Froggy, how's it going? This was that Eager Beaver trailer that I came out with for the dump truck. That's kind of what I had in mind for these. I wanted something to be able to haul the smaller pieces of equipment around. I just haven't got around to getting these fully converted yet and released. Um, what is it? I got a pretty cool. Let's see, what was the 631? There's the scraper. I think this one was on San Andreas a long time ago. I've got it all textured up and cleaned, and going to be doing some updates on it. The textures on this one were kind of, not the best in the world. So I was going to clean it up. I've got this version. I've got another version of this one as well. Forklifts, I can get them. I don't think I have any. I might have one from the pack that I got from Construction Sim, but I can't remember if there was a forklift in that one or not. If not, I can find one from somewhere. I know I've seen them all over the place. I've got the 935. This will be another good one to haul around on the back of the dump truck. I haven't got this one textured yet, but it's in the works. Let's see. What was this one? 53. That's the same one. Yeah, the telehandler one. I've seen that. And I can get them from just about anywhere. Anywhere I can get the 3D models from, I can convert them, and we can use them for the servers and whatnot. Yeah. I've actually thought about doing one of those. I know they have like drag lines and stuff like that I've thought about. I just can't, I could make it so it would work, but I think you could utilize like the wrecker arm mechanic, so that it would pick stuff up. But I don't think there's any function in the game where you can have the cord actually go up and down, so that may be something you'd have to have scripted. I've done some work with I'm Not Metal in the past, and he's helped me out with some of the trailer scripts, but it's something I could look at doing. I do have some other equipment that I plan on doing to go along with the pipe laying truck and stuff like that will possibly function, being able to haul pipes and stuff around. So we'll see how that turns out. I actually did a boat the other day for a guy. Just a police boat. I'm sure this would probably turn out pretty good. I got it converted for him, got it working in the game, and he was going to go crazy with all the lighting and stuff on it. So you throw all the ELS lights on there, that might look pretty sweet. But it's a fun little project. Was there anything else? There's a lot of good stuff over here. I've got a D5 that's going to go on the back of that dump truck that's going to look sweet. So I've got this one in the works. This one's coming along really good. It's really close to being done. I just got to update some gauges and stuff in it. That'll be a fun one to play around with. Some of the forestry equipment, I had somebody hit me up about that the other day. I've actually been looking at a couple of ways to make that work. An off-road top kick. I've got the one that I did that's on FiveMods, but I've been meaning to. I found some newer interior for that one, so I've been meaning to go back and clean that up and maybe do a different version of it. I know that truck's used for all kinds of stuff like wreckers, rollbacks, and things like that. So the wrecker idea may be combined with that somehow. I'm not really sure what I want to release that on the public format for yet, but that one will be pretty sweet. Got a lot of people on here tonight. Appreciate you guys tuning in. It's kind of running a little long. I'd planned on this being short, but I've got so many things that I can get into showing off and kind of let you guys see what I've been doing. I mean, it's always something every day. People just nonstop. Yeah, the top kick's nice. We'll see how it turns out. The trailer, you guys saw that. Oh, that's what I wanted to show, the semi that I was doing. That was it, I believe. This is the startings of the custom version that I've been working on. So I've been cleaning this one up a lot and just kind of putting a lot of extras on here. Just doing a lot of the show stuff. It's been stretched and chopped the top on it. I actually cut the top down about 12 inches on this one to kind of give it that lower look. So This one will be pretty sweet. I actually wanted to try to put the airbags, the working airbag air ride suspension on one of these to see how good that'll come out. But this one was cleaning up really nice and looking sweet. So this will be a public release probably when I get around to it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Definitely hit the subscribe button, the like button, anything you can to help out. I mean, it definitely keeps me motivated to keep doing these videos. Seeing you guys show up and kind of watch what I'm doing. And you know, we can go crazy on any of this stuff. I mean, these are just some of the renditions that I came up with. Yeah, that looks sweet with bags on it. I know there's several of these in the car scene out there that I've seen in the past that have the, I believe there was one that had the complete chopped convertible top on it that was bagged that looked really sweet. I'd love to do a remake of that and get that in GTA. That'd look sweet. Anything else cool? I've got the Impala. This was one that I picked up the other day that I started cleaning up. I've seen convertibles of it, but I haven't seen a hard top version of it yet. So I've been working on cleaning this up and threw some of the billet wheels on it just to kind of, you know, give it that resto mod look. So this may end up being a public release once I get it cleaned up and get it all done, but it's looking pretty good so far. Yeah, the car haulers, there's a bunch of them out there. I've got several. I just hadn't really decided on what I want to do with them yet. I've kind of did the one that's on FiveMods, but I don't know. There's not a whole lot of inspiration there. I've been wanting to do a custom one for the rock crawler. Maybe one that's like half motorhome, half flatbed to kind of haul that around on. That'd look pretty sweet. What else do we got? What was this one? I think this was one of the new Peterbilts. Yeah, I started working on it the other day. Just started putting it together. I don't think I've seen this one out there yet. So it'll look pretty good when it's done too. Yeah, like my buddy says there, this will be, you know, weekly videos going forward. Probably not this long. I've kind of had a lot of stuff build up that I've come out with recently, so there's kind of a lot of content to go over in this one. But normally these will probably be like, you know, 10-15 minute videos, just some quick little just show of what we've got going on, what I've been working on throughout the week. It changes a lot, so any questions? Anything from you guys? I know it's getting long here, getting close to an hour, so I probably want to go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. It's getting a little late here. Yeah, the motorhome would be cool too, with the storage on the back for a UTV or something like that. Yeah, it had the blue and green flames. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. That's a sweet truck. I'd love to do an exact remake of that one. That'd be really cool. Let's see. Was there anything else? Is this the one I was doing? That's the Escalade. So I've got this new front end, the like 2000 model Escalade front end. This is also one I haven't seen done yet with the full, you know, cleaned up interior and everything. So I'll probably be finishing this model out just to get that one out there. I haven't seen anybody do it yet. But I have started on a single cab 06 truck that had that. I don't know if everybody saw the pictures of that, not on Discord the other day when I was showing it off, but let me see if I can find it real fast. Was it this one? There's no telling what these are. I don't think this was it. No, this was a lifted version that I'd started a long time ago and just never got back to. I was kind of throwing a bunch of different versions in one, just looking for something to just to show off, see what we could come up with for it. But that was just something I was playing around with. Let me see. Is this one? No, that's the same one. There it is. I think this is it. And this was, yeah, this is it. This is the bagged one that I was working on. This was, I completely cut the cab down on it and swapped the front end out on it. I believe this was it. Yeah, that was the actual 06 body that I was building. Did the custom grille on the front of that one. It'll have the custom engine in it and everything in it. This was the stock version. I was actually working on a another version of this that had the caddy front clip on it. Let me see. Actually, yeah. This is another one from a while back that I never got back to. I was actually working on this classic semi, the old Mac, that I was putting the doing all the custom wheels and everything on. This was going to be a bagged show hauler, but just never got back to it. So this will be another one that'll be out eventually. I really like the front end on this one. I thought it looked really sweet. I'm sure it'll make really good pictures in the game. But that's about it. I could sit here all night and go through cars and stuff that I've started and just never gotten back to. Let me see. Don't know what I called it. I really don't. I hate that. I get so many things going on, I can't keep up with all of them. I started a K5 Blazer too. That's pretty sweet. This was one that, what was his name? Jesse Gill, I believe was his name. He did these back in San Andreas, and I started converting it, bringing it over to FiveM. Yeah, with the full blown. I thought this one looked pretty sweet. Yeah, that'll be bad. I like the biohazard wheels. They're going to look really good on that. So yeah, that'll be a sharp truck when we get it fully converted. But got that one in the works, and I think I had another one, like a 95. The Tahoe. I think that was it. The full-size Tahoe. Yeah, this was another one that I was throwing together. This one will be sweet too. When we get it done, it'll have all the tanks and bags and everything in the back of it, but it'll look really good. These things look sweet on billet wheels. I just love those. But this is another one that needs to get cleaned up. I think it's got the full 3D motor and everything in it, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So this one will look really good. It's got the full-blown turbo motor in it. I think this is one that Smacks was working on. But we'll do some cleanup work on it and get a lot of stuff cleaned up, bring the bagged frame and all that stuff over to it, make it look really sweet. So, Toyotas, yes. I actually have one of those I started too, not too long ago. If I can remember what it was called. Shoot, what was it called? Oh yeah, man, I can go crazy with them. I can make all of them. That was all I was doing in the beginning, but then everybody got me started doing all these other side projects, and it's been a tangent, just going crazy, doing all kinds of stuff now. I'm trying to think, what was that thing called? There it is, Toyota. This was the a little one I started playing with. Got the biohazard wheels on it, but it just needs some cleanup. It needs legit interior put in it and everything. But it'll, I think this one will look sweet when it's done. I've gotten a lot of it cleaned up. Got a lot of the body cleaned up on it. I was thinking about shaving everything off the back, but I'm not really sure yet if I want to go through all that work or not. But this one will look really cool. Appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate all you guys tuning in. We've got a good stream going here now. I always hate to call these when we start seeing a lot of people getting on here. But as I start doing these more regular, I think everybody will start jumping in a lot more. This was kind of just a spur of the moment video. I'll start kind of scheduling these out a little bit better so you guys kind of have a heads up when I'm going to be doing one. I'm on the East Coast, so most of them I'll probably try to do usually between 9 or 10 o'clock, somewhere in that range. On the weekends, I may do these live streams where I kind of show off a lot of my work while I'm actually doing it. But I think that's gonna call it for tonight. I'm gonna run get something to eat, and I'll let you guys get back to whatever you were doing. I appreciate all of you tuning in, and we'll see you probably Fridays. Fridays will probably be a good day. Maybe, I don't know. Mondays, there may be more people online Monday than Fridays. So we may jump and do it next Monday to do the next live stream, and may get back on maybe tomorrow and just kind of let you guys watch me do some work on the Denali, getting it cleaned up, see how far we can get on getting that one published. But I appreciate all of you tuning in, guys. Y'all have a good evening. Later.